Hey photographers, it's Michelle. In today's video, I have 3 different ways that you can leverage mini sessions specifically for senior photographers to not only help you book more photography clients, but also get higher paying clients. And as a thank you just for clicking on today's video, I have a freebie for you. Down in the description box below, you can grab my free Canva templates that are made for Instagram stories, and they're what to wear templates to help give your tips for seniors. You can customize these, throw your own photos on there, put your branding colors on there, throw them on your stories, make them a highlight little bubble on your Instagram page, or honestly, if you don't even have any client education yet, you can repurpose these into like a 1 to 2 page PDF document that you can send to your clients to just elevate that experience and help prep them for their senior session. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, it's important to note that because I specialize in senior photography, senior brand photography, that I do not offer senior mini sessions on their own. So a senior can't come to me and just get a one-off mini session, because if I did offer that, then there would be no reason or incentive for them to do the full experience. So I offer more of a full exclusive experience to my seniors, so they can't get this just like a la carte. So that's why these mini sessions work. So the first tip is to consider offering a mini session in your top collection and your top collection only. I have 3 different collections that they can choose from. And there's actually a lot of sales psychology in that, and offering like a tier approach, because most people again will fall in the middle. And if you just have like a one package for seniors, and if that works well for you, awesome. But if you're wanting to upsell your seniors and get a little bit more, you got to give them more options. So by offering a mini session in my top collection, honestly, I'm adding so much more value to that top collection without a lot of cost to me. It's only going to cost my time. And you're going to want to be really clear on what that mini session is, because people might start taking advantage of that as well, depending on how, if you just have an open-ended mini session, that can get a little tricky. So make sure you put like specific parameters. For example, so maybe you have a month where they have to redeem that mini session. So maybe a slower month for you. Normally you could say that they have to book in that month. That way you're not overwhelmed during your busy season doing these extra mini sessions. For me, what's really worked well in the past is doing a cap and gown session in my top collection, because my personal busy season with seniors is the summer before their senior year and the fall of their senior year. And so by the time they're doing their cap and gowns in the spring, I'm not overwhelmed with senior sessions, and it's a fun way for me to reconnect with them after the year is gone, and one more chance to kind of like share their senior images with me as I post their cap and gown pictures. So that works really well for me. Plus I can really stack them that way because everybody's doing their cap and gowns the same time of year. So it's really easy for me not to, you know, do all these separate little mini sessions throughout the week. And it makes it a little bit more profitable for me that way. The second way you can leverage mini sessions to book more clients is use a mini session offer to incentivize seniors to book with you early. This works especially well if you don't already have a senior model team, so you're not having any seniors book with you or commit with you early, and you're wanting a little bit more stability in your calendar, which I totally understand. So for example, you could have like a specific date that they would have to sign up for in order to receive a bonus mini session. So let's say like anyone that books by May 31st gets a bonus mini session. And then again, you want to outline what that mini session is. Just be really clear how long it is, how many images they get, when they need to redeem it, etc., just to make your life easier, because you want to add value, you want to book with them, but you don't want to be overwhelmed or become less profitable because you're giving too much too soon. So there's 2 different types of mini sessions that have worked really well for me doing this kind of model. The first one, probably my most popular one, is to offer a mini session of a different season than their actual senior session is taken in. A lot of the girls wanted to know if I have a kind of package where I have 2 different seasons. And at first I was like playing around with doing 2 full-blown shoots, but that was getting to be a little bit time intensive for me. So in a way that makes it more manageable for my personal life and where I'm at, is that if they book by a certain date, they get that extra mini session. So their favorite season, let's say they love summer, will do their full senior session there. And then if they just want like a little mini session in fall or spring, those are probably my most popular pairing. They get really excited because one, they get that extra outfit in, and they get a few extra variety, and it kind of just keeps that relationship going with me too. Is like I get to have a couple touch points with them, and I get more content because we're doing doing different photos, different season stuff. So, and it's not hard for me to show up because it's just one person again, one location, one outfit. We do the mini session and we're good. So it doesn't need to be intensive, but again, it's adding incredible value that they wouldn't have otherwise if they didn't book with you. Another mini session that's worked really well for me as far as this model of incentivizing go is offering a family session for immediate family members only. I'm a little careful with offering these because again, I honestly don't love family photos. I will do them, but that is definitely not my jam. So if you're like me, don't feel like you have to do that. Like I mentioned, the first example of the different season has worked really well for me too. So I tend to stick with that. But if I have like a mom ask, like, could we do this instead? I am willing to do a family session. Again, I put parameters on it on what month that they can redeem that by, and that it's immediate family members only. We're not doing grandma and grandpa. You know, we're not doing that. That would be an extra cost, and that's up to you, but it's just more editing because there's more people and all that stuff. And again, I keep it as a mini session where I'm not giving them mini photos. You could do an upsell option too. So maybe you do a family session with like 10 edited photos, and if they want the full gallery, you could have that upsell price too, so that you could still get a little money on the back end, because family sessions are, in my personal opinion, a little bit more work than just a single person, like a senior doing an extra mini session. So just food for thought. Again, I don't want this to create a ton of work on you, but it is amazing how well that this little mini session offer can work. And if you're worried that you're gonna get too many seniors and you're gonna have too many of these mini sessions and it's not gonna be profitable for you, another strategy you could use with this is say the first 5 seniors to book by this date get the bonus mini session. So again, you're creating the urgency. It's all about creating the urgency to get people to book with you early. So that way you can put a cap on it too, and then you can post when it's sold out if you don't want to end up, if you're worried that you're going to get a ton of seniors and then you're going to do all these extra free sessions. So I totally get that. I want you to remain profitable. So that's another way that you can incentivize, use urgency, but not overwhelm yourself. The third way to use mini sessions is for marketing purposes. And this is specifically for prom photos. I think prom photos are the easiest way to market your senior business, get in front of new clients, you know, stack little mini sessions, because oftentimes prom is on the same day, right? For each school. Sometimes there's multiple schools on the same day, but like if you have one school in particular in your area that you want to get into, find out when their prom is. You know, it's really, because they're all dressed up, ready to go, and it's really easy to stack at the same location, multiple people. So I think logistically, prom sessions are really easy to offer. Now, I will say, warning you, I do offer prom sessions for a very low cost because my purpose in doing prom sessions is for marketing. And so if I try to price them like a regular mini session, I'm not going to get that many. I mean, oftentimes these kids are paying for it themselves. You know, they're already paying for dinner and etc. And even though I know photos are way better than spending all this money in a dress, I just know seniors. Now, if you grow a following and you're known to be like the prom photographer, then we can start increasing our rate. But if you want to get, if you're using this for marketing purposes, which is what I have done, then I would keep that at a more reasonable cost for high schoolers. Now, if you go into prom sessions with the right mind frame, the possibilities are endless. An objection I hear is like a lot of their friends are already seniors or graduating. What's the point of doing prom photos, especially for cheap? Because you'll be surprised the kind of work that you can get from this. If you give a good experience to the seniors and the parents, I've even gotten like brand photography jobs from doing prom photos because their parents had such a good relationship with me or had a good experience with me with the prom photos or loved their prom photos, and they reached out to me because mom has her own business and she wants to use me. So again, that's what I mean about marketing. You just want to create a good experience with both the teenagers and the parents so that you can hopefully have a job in the future with one of them. Now, I will say, in order for proms to be successful, the turnover time is pretty crazy. Most seniors are posting their prom photos the day after, maybe 2 days. So if you want them posting your photos, then these need to be a really quick turnaround. I'm not editing these like I would edit my senior sessions. I'm not taking out every flyaway hair and blemish and all that such, you know, because that would just be ridiculous for the turnover time and for the cost. They're still going to be way better photos than mom and dad with their phones. And so just keep that in mind. So if you're getting a lot of photos and you feel overwhelmed by the next day timeline, then just pull back a little bit on the actual photos, because I know that's a hard area for me because I'm a perfectionist, but this is not the time for that. You can give them a good experience, good photos without, you know, every little distraction in the background being edited out. Like, just deliver the photos because the teenagers don't care. They just want some really pretty photos, and they're going to be most excited and most likely to post your photos if you give it to them in time. If you don't deliver in time, and maybe it takes you a week, oftentimes they've already posted their phone photos and they like having your photos, but they're probably not gonna post again. That's just my experience, so take that tip for what it's worth. Quick recap, the 3 different ways you can leverage mini sessions for a senior photographer is 1, putting a mini session in your top collection to encourage upsells. Number 2 is to use a mini session to get seniors to book with you early so you have a more stable booked out calendar. And number 3 is to use mini sessions for marketing purposes. Specifically, prom photos are great for that. I hope you got inspired by one or all 3 of these. I would love to know in the comments below which one you're most excited about and which one you will be using. And don't forget that you have that freebie down in the description box below of those free Canva Instagram story templates on what to wear tips for seniors. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.